would you say that we should use the Irish and Latvian and Estonian example more to counter that rhetoric and to say that, look, it can work, we can get back to growth even with austerity and precisely because of austerity?
It's fair to say it goes to the very heart of the difference between us and the socialist movement. And I think that the bottom line is that you always have to ask the question, well, who's going to pay? And it's all very well to say that we can avoid the sort of consolidation measures that have been implemented in Ireland, Slovakia and elsewhere by spending more and effectively ignoring the huge debt problem. But it's not going away, and we learned this lesson, I think, in Ireland. We've been through this before, in a sense, maybe not to the same extent in terms of personal debt and insolvency, but in the 1980s, successive governments failed to take the sort of tough decisions, the tough choices in terms of consolidating the public finances that were needed. And all it did was push out the problem to another day, until eventually there was cross-party support for the sort of spending cuts that were ultimately needed, and it turned the Irish economy around on that occasion and put us back on a road to recovery, and that's precisely what is happening again. So I think that, what I would ask in Ireland is, if we don't deal with our primary deficit, we still have to borrow. We still have to put that burden on the shoulders of Irish citizens, and you cannot keep mounting debt on the shoulders of ordinary citizens and taxpayers. There has to be an effort, and a very serious effort at that, to try to reduce public spending and try to get that balance into a much healthier position. It's absolutely essential. I mean, even if you take away bank recapitalisations and all of the other burdens on the taxpayer, it still goes back to the basic point of who keeps the lights on, who pays the bills, who runs the education service, who pays welfare benefits to the unemployed, and we want to ensure that those payments and those services are safeguarded long into the future. And if that's to happen, then unfortunately the type of adjustment that's happening in Ireland is absolutely necessary, and that's where we would disagree with the socialist perspective.